All right, today we are diving deep into one of the most powerful, most cinematic prayers ever written. I'm talking about Psalm 20. Seriously, this thing is like an ancient battle cry, a blueprint for victory that was spoken over a leader right on the brink of a massive fight for survival.
But before we jump in, just think about this for a second. How do you find strength when you're facing your biggest battle? When you're really up against the wall, where do you turn? Because this psalm, it's not just some piece of history. It's a strategy, a timeless playbook for finding real strength when everything is on the line. So the scene opens with just incredible tension. You've got a king, he's gearing up for war, and all around him, his people are lifting their voices. And this isn't some quiet little prayer in a corner. Oh no, this is a public, desperate, and totally hopeful plea that kicks off with a massive call for divine intervention.
Okay, verse 1. This is the first line of defense. It's like they're saying, when trouble calls, may God answer on the first ring. And that second part, may the name of the God of Jacob defend you. Just picture that. It's like they're visualizing God's very name forming the shimmering, invisible fortress all around their king, literally deflecting every single attack before it can even get close.
Now for verse 2. They're calling for reinforcements. They're praying for a direct line of support, straight from the holy place. Imagine a powerful beam of pure energy, of divine strength, just shooting down from a high mountain and striking the king. He's not just feeling a little better, he's physically stronger, standing taller, his resolve like steel.
Verse 3, this is where they activate a history of faithfulness. It's almost like a gentle reminder to God, saying, hey, remember all the times this king has honored you? You can almost see the smoke from every single sacrifice he ever made, swirling together, rising up and forming this thick, protective wall around the entire battlefield. His past devotion literally becomes his present protection.
And here in verse 4, we get the ultimate blessing for the mission itself. It's a prayer for total and complete success. Just imagine the king holding the detailed battle plans. As this prayer is spoken, a glowing celestial seal is stamped right onto the blueprints. That's it. It's the ultimate divine approval, a guarantee that this purpose is right and victory is all but assured.
And now, everything shifts. The tone just changes dramatically. See, this is no longer just a prayer for the king. It becomes a confident, roaring declaration from the people. A single person's hope is about to catch fire and become the confidence of an entire nation.
Verse 5. Did you catch that? Notice the change in pronouns. It's not you anymore, it's we. We will rejoice. This is that moment the whole crowd just catches the fire. They're not just hoping for a win anymore. They're already planning the victory parade. Picture the entire army, not cowering, but raising their flags high. All at once, the banners just snapping in the wind. It's a unified, defiant display of faith.
Verse 6. This is the absolute turning point. We've moved from hope all the way to certainty. The speaker declares, now I know. It's not I think, it's not I hope, it's a fact. The feeling is so strong it's become knowledge. And to lock this in, just imagine a massive, powerful hand made of pure light, breaking through the clouds, radiating undeniable strength and salvation right down on the king. All doubt is just gone.
And that brings us to the final act. This is the climax of the whole psalm. And right here we get this direct, dramatic showdown between two completely different sources of power. This is the ultimate contrast of where we place our trust. So, before we even read the next verse, the conflict is laid out for us. On one side, you have the ultimate symbol of worldly strength, chariots and horses, the best military tech of the day. And on the other side, something invisible, something you can't touch, a name. The psalmist is about to force a choice between these two.
And here it is, verse 7, the declaration of allegiance. Picture a dramatic split screen. On one side, a huge, intimidating army, polishing their bronze chariots, feeding their powerful war horses. On the other side, a much smaller group. They're not even looking at their weapons. They're just standing firm, together, under a single banner that bears the name of their God.
Then verse 8 delivers the swift, almost brutal outcome. There's no long, drawn-out battle scene here. The result is immediate. That army that trusted in all their high-tech chariots, they are suddenly brought to their knees. Their war machines are in total disarray. Their worldly strength has completely and utterly failed, revealing just how brittle its foundation really was.
And the payoff is right here. The contrast couldn't be more stark. Those who trusted in visible strength, they are now bowed down and fallen.
But the ones who trusted in the invisible name, they aren't just standing. The verse says they have risen, and they stand upright, victorious. Their foundation of trust determined their final posture.
And finally, verse 9. This is the last triumphant shout. It's part plea, part declaration of victory, and it's all directed to the ultimate king in heaven. You can just see the victorious army, standing tall among the wreckage of their enemies, all of them looking up to the sky, crying out this final appeal together, absolutely certain that they will be heard.
And so, this ancient battle prayer ends by turning that central question right back on us. It forces us to ask ourselves, in our own day of trouble, in our careers, our health, our relationships, what are our chariots and horses? What are the worldly things we put our trust in for strength? And what would it actually look like instead to remember the name?